Howdy, Pilgrims. Welcome back to the Pill.
Leading off on this week's dose, we have Chaiz, an Austin-based online marketplace for comparing and purchasing extended car warranties, hot off a $3.7 million seed round led by ResilienceVC. Next up, you'll hear a Pillfolio update on Bandana, a company we covered back on episode 85, and as a refresher, is a job site focused on hourly wage jobs, and their $8.5 million funding round led by General Catalyst.
And lastly, stick with us for a breakdown on Unspun, a fashion tech company looking to reduce carbon emissions through their 3D weaving technology. The company just announced a $32 million Series B led by DCVC.
Alrighty, partner. Another great dose on the docket. Let's stop stalling and get right into it.
Here we go.
You see here, kid, you gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump.
This is Venture Pill, your weekly dose of startups and venture capital. We break down recent startups in the news and interview founders and investors to help you stay informed in the evolving world of venture. Okay, leading off this week's dose, we have Chaiz, an Austin-based startup. Heyo.
Heyo.
That just raised a Dude, you're killing me. That just raised a $3.7 million seed round led by ResilienceVC with participation from Anchor Capital, Automotive Ventures, FJ Labs, and several other investors. This funding will support Chaiz's bold mission to transform the extended car warranty market by introducing transparency, choice, and digitization.
All right, so here's a quick company overview. It was founded in 2021 by veterans from the auto and tech industries, including one of the companies was Zebra, which is a big-time Austin success story. Chaiz is the first online marketplace for comparing and purchasing extended car warranties. The platform aggregates offerings from various providers, enabling consumers to obtain quotes without providing personal contact info, thereby avoiding the ever-present spam and robocalls involved in the space. So that's the main point here of what Chaiz is doing. It's this user-centric approach that addresses a significant pain point in the $40 billion vehicle service contract industry. $40 billion, that's crazy.
Massive market, kind of slept on. Definitely didn't expect it to be that large. I mean, I get probably one call a week about my car's extended warranty, and between you and me, partner, I haven't had a car in months. So it's definitely an industry that's had a tarnished reputation.
Yeah, you should really check on that. You sure you don't have a car that they know about that you don't?
Yeah, I mean, maybe even if I don't have a car, I still might need a warranty just in case. But we just touched on it there with the $40 billion market. But let's keep underscoring the market opportunity here with some facts and some stats. With the average age of vehicles in the United States reaching 12.6 years and common repairs costing over $1,300, the demand for affordable and reliable extended car warranties is substantial. And so in comes a company like Chaiz, which empowers consumers to make informed decisions, potentially saving them significant amounts on repair costs. And as we mentioned, it's a hassle-free experience, which is not typically associated with warranties or insurance or anything similar to that, by providing immediate quotes and allowing users to purchase plans directly online.
Yeah, it kind of feels like Lemonade, how they kind of innovated in the insurance space, made it a little bit more clean and sleek and catered towards the younger generations. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just the feeling that I'm getting here. But time to get a little smarter, right? Okay, that's what Venture Pill, that's what we do here. We're going to get smart on different car protection options real quick. So here's what's available today. You got the factory warranty provided by the vehicle manufacturer, very typically covering certain repairs or replacements for about 2 to 4 years, or to a specific mileage number. It does not cover wear and tear or routine maintenance, though. You got car insurance, of course, covers costs from accidents, theft, or unforeseen events, and is legally required in 49 states. I didn't realize it wasn't all 50. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I wonder what the one state is.
Yeah, we got to find that out. Which
Good
state
trivia.
does not require car insurance? Virginia and New Hampshire are the only two states that do not require car insurance.
Huh.
However, drivers in these states are still liable for any property damage or bodily injury they cause. Interesting. Okay, so 48 states. So the point there being, that's kind of a sidetrack, but a good little live look up there. Point being here, that's another part of the equation here, what's currently offered. Then you've also got vehicle service contracts or extended warranties, which provide coverage for certain repairs after the original factory warranty expires, protecting customers from sudden high costs. And I know I've been hit with a lot of these sudden high costs with my car, which I didn't realize the average age of a car on the road is 12 and a half years. Mine's 13. So I'm exactly in this demographic, and I know a lot of other people are, and I've been hit with some heavy costs. So could be something of interest to me. I know it is for many others.
Oh yeah, I remember your old Shelby had a myriad of issues towards the end of her stint in Austin.
Hey, she's been purring ever since.
I love to hear that. Send my regards. But yeah, no, nicely done, Professor Sam. That was good education. I have heard about all of these before, but the nuances of where one ends and where one becomes more relevant was interesting. And again, we're not trying to sell anybody any extended warranties here. That's not the point of this, but cool to learn a little bit more about what's out there. And so now let's jump into some numbers that count. And this is sourced right from Chaiz's website, linked in the show notes, of course. So there are 70 million vehicle breakdowns each year, making breakdowns 50 times more likely than insurance claims. Additionally, transmission repairs can cost up to $5,000, but Chaiz plans come with deductibles of only $100. So right there off the jump, you can see a massive savings opportunity there. Next, 80% of cars on the road today lack breakdown protection. So massive opportunity here. That's a lot of unprotected cars from breakdowns. And lastly, car repair costs have increased by 30 to 50% in the past 2 years, likely due to supply chain and other shortages that we've covered, in the pandemic and coming out of the pandemic that have lingered a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So all that to say, big opportunity here for Chaiz. And big opportunity for people like me, maybe not you, maybe you'll have a car soon again, but to be just a little bit more financially smart and have a little bit of peace of mind. So I know I'm very intrigued. And so a little bit to wrap this up on future plans for Chaiz. They're going to use this funding to enhance breakdown protection offerings and expand product coverage to also include RVs, motorsports, and home appliances. So big opportunities beyond the auto industry, which I'm sure goes beyond that $40 billion market opportunity. The company partners with well-known warranty providers today, such as Endurance, Autopalm, and Omega Auto Care, ensuring a wide range of coverage options for drivers. And Chaiz's transparent pricing and easy-to-use platform have earned it high ratings in customer reviews. So a lot of great tailwinds for the company here as they look to grow this thing.
Yeah, high customer reviews, not typically associated with the car warranty market or, again, insurance, anything like that. So good to see that they're putting a new spin on an antiquated industry. And with that, anytime we mention an antiquated industry, you know what's coming. Say it with me, Sam. Down with
big car warranty.
So it's been a little while since we had a down with, but big car warranty is the unlucky winner of this week's sweepstakes. And so once again, an antiquated industry that has a terrible reputation. People hang up the phone, don't even, really like to think about extended car warranties too much. In comes Chaiz, which is poised to revolutionize and disrupt the extended car warranty space, really just by emphasizing consumer transparency, efficiency, and also just making a spam-free way to secure important vehicle protection, addressing a critical need in a growing market.
Couldn't have said it better myself, sir. Never thought we'd really be talking about extended car warranties, but I will say it does make me think about our interview with Treads, which is kind of in a similar space. And I
Right.
think consumers are becoming more open to new ways to take care of their vehicles and have that peace of mind. So it does go hand in hand with another company we've covered. That's wild to say that we've covered two companies in this space. It's
It's
just
true.
a testament to our ever expansive curiosity and how long we've been doing this. So that's just cool to see.
Yeah. Well said, partner. It's why we love venture capital, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moving on to our second company of this week's dose, we have another Pillfolio update as Bandana, which we first covered on episode 85, recently announced an $8.5 million funding round led by General Catalyst, joined by returning investors Craft Ventures and Triple Impact Capital. This brings Bandana's total funding to $12.3 million. And so, as a refresher, jumping into Bandana and what it does, Bandana operates as a job site focused on hourly wage jobs, aiming to restore transparency and trust in the job search process. So, back-to-back companies here with an emphasis on transparency and trust.
Oh, yeah.
Their platform is designed to assist individuals at the lower end of the wage scale in finding better employment opportunities with higher wages and benefits, while also reducing commuting time by offering jobs closer to home.
Yeah, we loved this solution, and it's so exciting to see, especially a company at an earlier stage, make it to that next wave. And they've had some early success, which we'll get into. Just wanted to further remind people, or for those that are hearing about this for the first time, a little bit more about what the platform entails. So it not only lists job opportunities for job seekers, but also includes a map feature, getting back to that location aspect, which is big time. Like when you think about the cost and time it takes to commute, a lot of these hourly jobs are not remote friendly. So time is of the essence. That's big time, a big element that I think a lot of people may overlook or may have traditionally overlooked that Bandana is emphasizing here, which is awesome. Each job listing provides also a very detailed description, a pay range, estimated take-home pay after taxes, a list of benefits, and its location. Very easy to kind of identify the aspects that you're looking for in these jobs, and nothing's hidden. It's really geared towards the job seeker, which we love. They've got 18,000 to 25,000 job listings daily, and they've attracted over 150,000 job seekers from New York City since their launch, largely through organic traffic.
Yeah, and building on that organic traffic, we're going to talk about how they've leveraged marketing and really social media to help differentiate themselves and give themselves quite a competitive advantage, which is pretty interesting. You wouldn't expect, a job-seeking platform to be harnessing social media, but that's just testament to the power of social media. So let's get into this specific application. Bandana has effectively utilized content marketing on TikTok, Instagram, platforms like that to drive traffic to its site. And they do that by creating videos that allow viewers to find out more about specific jobs, so good for visual learners. And also, as a cool component, it helps people understand and highlight great businesses around New York City.
Also, by creating engaging videos that highlight specific jobs and notable businesses in the city, Bandana has managed to acquire job seekers at a remarkably low cost of 1.5 cents per user. Incredible. I'd be curious what kind of that cost per user standard would be, but that's definitely very low. Strategy has not only increased site traffic, but also caught the attention of the investors, particularly of note David Sachs of Craft Ventures, which we know to have a particular emphasis on the numbers, customer acquisition, a lot of different ratios associated with that too.
Yeah, 1.5 cents per user. It doesn't get much lower than that, partner. That's incredible. And again, just a good highlight of how strong social media can be for building and scaling a business. Anyway, transitioning here towards the end of our update on Bandana, just want to talk about their expansion and future plans with this funding. The startup plans to expand its services beyond New York City to include areas like New Jersey, Long Island, and north of the Bronx towards Scarsdale. By Q1 2025, the company aims to offer similar listings in Los Angeles as well as the Bay Area. Additionally, Bandana intends to broaden its advertising efforts to include more traditional channels to complement that social media organic growth we highlighted. things like subways, bus stations, and billboards, all with the goal of widening awareness about Bandana.
Yeah, so future enhancements to the platform include the development of a generative AI search tool as well to help job seekers find jobs by simply describing their preferences. Makes a lot of sense to weave AI into the equation here. Again, emphasizing a very easy experience for the job seeker, taking out a lot of the friction and unknowns. AI can help with that, obviously. They also plan to expand into areas like training, certifications, financial literacy, and more to further help job seekers. So just love their continued obvious emphasis on supporting people looking for these jobs who have been largely under supported in recent history. And I think we can all get behind that for sure.
Yeah, agreed. And that's a bevy of exciting expansion plans and features and new markets. So excited to see what the future holds for Bandana.
Yep. Again, always a pleasure covering a Pillfolio update. And I know this one was closer, at least to my heart, kind of an adjacent industry to what I do on a day-to-day at Interplay Learning, which is, addressing workforce challenges, similar but adjacent to what Bandana is addressing here. So this was cool for sure. All right. We have our third and final company of this week's dose, and that is Unspun, which just raised a $32 million Series B led by DCVC. The round also included participation from Lower Carbon Capital, a big name in the space, as you'll hear about here shortly, as well as E12 and SOSV, and Decathlon, which is a revenue-based investor. That kind of caught my attention, so just wanted to quickly say, haven't really talked about or come across that type of fundraising or financing on the pod thus far, but it is worth learning about if you're curious, just to go to decathloncapital.com. Not a traditional VC, not really debt, sits somewhere beside those two as an additional method to raise funds as they continue to grow this thing. We won't dive into that, but just thought it was worth mentioning.
Yeah, that is interesting, and glad you mentioned it, partner. Let's shift our focus back to Unspun, get a little bit more into what they actually do. So Unspun is a California-based 3D weaving clothing manufacturer and textile innovation studio, all woven into one. Their weaving technology, called Vega, weaves yarns into the completed pieces of a garment quickly and allows on-demand production with low inventory. Not to mention, it generates next to zero waste. Love that.
Right. Yeah. A super cool technology they've developed. And there you have it with the connection to lower carbon capital and sort of this commitment to reducing carbon emissions. And Unspun has a really bold mission to reduce global human carbon emissions by 1%, which is just massive to even say that. And I think there's opportunity to do so because in doing a little bit more research for reference, it's estimated that the fashion industry alone contributes about 10% of carbon emissions today. Therefore, a 10% decrease in the industry would mean a 1% decrease in total. And that's an approximation, but just gives you a feel for how that's broken down. We've covered plenty of companies looking to address the carbon emissions issue. This is a really unique one for sure. And the company was started by Beth Espinette, Walden Lamb, and Kevin Martin. Back when they started, the original idea was to make sustainably made custom-fitting jeans, thereby eliminating the need for size ranges and inventory. So it's not just the sustainability aspect, but also an efficiency and a customization aspect too. That's all woven in. Love that play on words there.
And so to wrap up on Unspun, I wanted to give a little bit more of a breakdown on their plans for funding. So they previously raised $14 million in Series A funding, and that was primarily used to build out their Oakland, California microfactory and design studio, which is where they create the clothes today. But with this fresh round of funding, they'll be looking to further expand operations outside of the US, to Europe specifically, but also placing more of a focus on partnerships with other brands to manufacture their clothes more quickly and sustainably as well.
Yeah, and I think it just is important to highlight the opportunity here more broadly. Fashion sustainability has been a hot topic really in recent years in the sustainability spheres, in fashion in general, like case studies in business school as well. I feel like learning about fast fashion. That's been kind of at the forefront for a while, but it's really now starting to pick up steam. We're seeing new regulation forcing companies to rethink manufacturing and their commitment to sustainability. And with that, Unspun has already inked deals with huge retailers like Walmart, which is a big deal. Other retailers who are looking to get out ahead of the curve here. Not to mention, weaved clothing makes up over half of the clothing market, which positions Unspun really well here for the future to continue to partner with these large companies and work towards their mission, but also make some money along the way.
Yeah, I love this. Sustainable, customizable fashion, kind of absolutely flipping fast fashion on its head, which we've definitely covered in the past in light of sustainability and how that's contributed to carbon emissions as well. So a lot to like about Unspun. Might need to get myself a new pair of jeans, partner.
Yeah, spin some up for us, some custom venture pill jeans. There you go. And we knew this company as well, having seen them in the news from Alumni Ventures being involved several years ago. So a shout out there as well. Excited to see them work towards this mission and continue to use this funding to expand. This feels like a company that should be a Pillfolio update already, but hopefully it will be in the future.
Yep. Cheers to that, partner. Well said. And with that, I think we've covered all the bases for this week's dose. Another truly diverse dose for all of our listeners out there. I learned a lot. We hope you learned a lot as well.
You can only get it here, folks. You can only get it here.
Class is in session. But yeah, no, as always, appreciate our listeners out there, and we will catch you next week. Y'all take care.
Take care. See y'all.
Thanks for listening. Join us next week for another dose of startups and venture capital. And as always, we appreciate our pilgrims spreading the word about the show. Share with your friends and help someone else make the pilgrimage. See you next time.
She told me that she only bumps my music when she's lonely. Thinks my vibe's a little low-key, okie dokie, that's alright, but wait, I don't know how to do